You're on a break on the tour at the moment. How long have you got off?
10 days only. I mean, we're leaving Friday again to San Antonio, play there in America for 2 days, and then we're coming back to London to do the Rock Awards, the English Rock Awards.
That's right. Yeah, we'll be there waving our flag.
Yeah.
So it must take it out of you. Flying from Germany to America and then back again within the space of 4 days must be very exhausting, isn't it?
I mean, the break was only is for 10 days. You know, the problem was first of that we normally didn't expect that we play this long in America.
Mm.
But then the tour went this well that
they keep on adding shows, do they?
What?
They keep on adding concerts.
Yes, right. So then we said, okay, we do until the 1st of August, the 4th of August, but only when we have 10 days off to go back to normal life. You know, after a while you need it. You know,
yeah.
Okay, if you're not running around on stage and if you only play your music, it's no problem. But especially also for Klaus, because he's always singing the high range.
Yeah.
And then also we running a lot of on stage. We said, okay, let's do a break for 10 days, and then we play again until the 4th of August.
Yeah. So when you get back home again, what kind of things do you find yourself? What sort of things do you have to do? I mean, is it business or home stuff, you know, or what?
I don't have a secretary by myself, you know. That means I have to make all the decision, paperwork, that means post which comes and which is here for maybe I have to work and find out who wants something for me and what I have to do and stuff like this.
Oh, good heavens, that's a lot of work then, isn't it?
That's right, yes, but in case it's better to do it in this 10 days off. I mean, it's not 10 days what I need maybe 2 days or to do it.
Yeah.
But then also it's good to be at home, see what everything is well and stuff like this, you know. We drive with a car on a motorway again, because America is always boring because I can only drive 55 or 65 now. They put it on 65.
Oh, so you like to drive fast cars?
Yes, right. That's normal, you know, when you're supposed to drive this fast in Germany, you know.
Yes.
But it's normally what I'm doing. My family is here and visit some friends. I mean, I had the possibility to go also on vacation somewhere, maybe because we finished this first leg of American tour. We finished it in Miami. It would be very easy to go to one of the islands, you know, Barbados or St. Lucia. But I will do after the tour is finished.
Yes. When did the tour start then?
The European tour, the world tour, we started in Brussels on the middle of November, and we played in Europe until the end of January. So we finished in Stockholm. Stockholm, yeah, Göteborg.
Yeah, it's a very long tour, then.
Yes, right. And then we had 3 weeks off for shipping equipment over to the United States.
Yeah.
And then we started on the 18th of February in Albuquerque, and still we are on the road.
Do you miss your family when you're away?
Look, what we're doing is, what I did and what all the band members doing is that we, in this 3.5 weeks, 3.5 months or 4 months, we was from the 18th of February until now, I had my family, my wife, 1 month on the road with me.
Oh, that's a good idea, yes.
So, and in the middle, you know, that means you stay alone for 6 weeks, and then the wife coming for 1 month, and then
you go back again.
That's right. So, and that's fine. And we also try to don't have your family the whole time with us, because separated the band, you know. And what's very important thing for us is. For us, the band, is that we stick together as a band, and that's important.
Yeah, I was going to ask you about that, because I mean, a lot of bands don't like having wives or girlfriends around, because it kind of sets up divisions and everything, and people you never get to speak to the other band members because they're always off with their girlfriends.
Yes, right.
Have you had experience of that? Has that happened to you?
I tell you one thing. I was in the beginning when Scorpions came together. I was extremely against to have wives or girlfriends.
Yeah.
In these days was girlfriends around, because the problem mostly is everybody is individual in a band, and everybody has his individual idea what the wife or the girlfriend has to be.
Yeah.
So, and when you put these 5 girls together, you know what this is? Hell on earth. I tell you one thing. I saw when we played the first time in America. It was a big festival in Cleveland.
Yeah.
There was headlining. There was Aerosmith, Ted Nugent, and there was also Tin Lizzy and Journey and AC/DC, and us. We was opening first time in America. Then we played. It was great for us. but then we also was watching the other bands, and then Aerosmith came on stage. And Aerosmith, all the 5 guys had their wives or girlfriends with them.
Oh, they were
on stage. First of all, separated. 2 girls on this side, the other 3 girls on this side. Not because they want to see it from different angle. No, because they hate each other. No, and then was one fight backstage. 2 girls from the fans was fighting against each other. The bass player came backstage and was trying when I played. They tried to put them both. I think it was a disaster.
Oh, brilliant. Oh, that's classic. So, there was a Rod Stewart came up with a very good one of that. He said when Rod Stewart was playing with the Faces years ago, they were playing at the old Roundhouse club in London. He said they had all the band's girlfriends were all lined up, sitting down on one side of the stage.
Yes.
And so about halfway through the set, all of a sudden one of the girls started moving a bit closer towards the stage, and then all the rest of them would move closer. And he said, by the time they got to about halfway through the set, they had to get one of the roadies to kind of push all the girlfriends back off the stage because they were getting in the way of the bass player, you know.
Yeah, I tell you one thing, and I tell you one thing. In this case, he's right. And I tell you one thing, and because I was against it in the beginning, I was fighting so much that no girls coming on the road.
Yeah.
And then later on, when we said, okay, look, it's stupid to separate it, the girls also were starting to have communication with each other and tried to communicate in a great way. And that's the way now what our wives doing.
So they're all friendly now?
Yes, right.
Oh, good.
And it's very good. We have no problems. Also when they are with us on the road, when all the 5 wives on the road, there's no problem, there's no fights, and they're going along very well.
We are very lucky to be able to be in that position.
Yes, right. Yes.
Fighting backstage.
Yeah.
What is the you spend a lot of time travelling, and that can be a good thing or it can be a bad thing. But what's the worst experience you've had being on the road? I mean, you hear of bands that they maybe have a sort of crash in the coach or something like that. Have you ever had anything bad like that happen to you?
The worst thing is to wait on the airport because flights are delayed.
Yeah.
You know, that's like something like when I remember we was flying to Japan, but because before we go to Japan, we want to stay in Hong Kong for one night to go shopping because the stuff is very cheap there. So, and we was flying from Frankfurt to Hong Kong, and we had to, and that was a day when the DC-10 in Chicago had an accident. Because yeah. So, and we was flying, and in Delhi, the people said, hey, excuse me, people, we have to wait here because we have to wait for some information from an American point, because whether we can fly or not. There's some problems because of this accident in Chicago.
Oh, dear.
We was waiting in an airplane, waiting for 4 hours. Then we had to go into the customs. Had wait there for 5 hours. Back to the plane. Had there wait for 2 hours. Back to this. We ended up in the end to go to the hotel and stay there for one night. You know, this kind of thing.
So you'd be waiting 8 hours at the airport and then got sent back to the hotel?
Yeah, even more. It was, I think, over 10 hours. You know?
Oh, it must drive you nuts.
That's the worst thing, because then you're jet lag, you know, you're sleeping in between, you can't do anything. That's the worst thing from traveling-wise. So far, I can see. I mean, what we're doing now in the moment in America, we're using the bus, because we did all the other tours we did by plane, and the problem is mostly that often the flights are delayed, and you know, hurry up and wait. This kind of situation, you know.
So it's actually quicker to take the bus.
Yes, right. And our route is very good. That means we have not long drives. You can go in a bus immediately. You can do what you want to do. You can listen to music. You can play guitar. You can rehearse guitar.
Yeah.
And that's what we're doing. And that's a good way to travel.
Oh, that sounds brilliant. So, are you going to be doing any other shows in Britain apart from these Rock Awards?
No, what we're doing is, when we finish the American tour on the 4th of August, we will do some things in South America. We play there maybe 10 or 12 different shows in different countries. And then we go to Japan, Malaysia, and Thailand, maybe Australia also. And then we're coming to Europe back again, and around the end of September, and on a European tour we will play also in England again.
Oh, that's great. So fans can get a chance to see you later in the year.
Yes, of course, yes. Because when we start the European tour, we played already in England, but now Wind of Change is so in Europe. In England is coming now,
Yeah.
but in Europe it's so big. It's in most places #1. So and now we said to ourselves, okay, when this is happening, and people and promoters they ask, hey, we want Scorpions, and we said, okay, let's do it again. We do a different stage set, we do different lights and different lighting design, and we also will give a different program.
Different set, yeah.
Yes.
Oh, good stuff. So, I mean, you must have travelled millions of miles in the
Yes. But I tell you what, it's fun. Scorpion's philosophy is 5 friends traveling around the world and playing in front of their friends.
Yeah.
You know, that's what we like to do, and that's what our dream was when we started to play music.
So can you ever see a time when you'll say enough and we don't want to tour anymore?
Pardon?
Can you see a time coming when you'll decide that you don't want to go out on the road anymore?
I tell you one thing, when the stress, when the promoter, well, when our agency booked us this strong and give us no days off, then the time sometimes going to say, hey,
enough. Yeah.
But anyway, in this case, I mean, the chemistry of the band is so good that we are good friends. We like to travel around, and we have no problem with it. And so far, we have success. Our success goes slowly up. We are not overnight success.
Yeah.
That's a very important point, because we learned our lessons by learning it slowly. And so far, we have no idea to stop, because when we played in America, we saw Cinderella dying.
Yeah.
They had to cancel. David Ross now, there is with Cinderella together. They have big problems. Other bands have big problems, and we have a so strong following in America that we have good shows and we have many people. And I think as long we have this many people, as long we have ideas and we have something to say, as long we will continue.
You'll keep going. But how do you manage to remain friends when you spend that much time together? Because a lot of other bands they'd have arguments, or some will start taking drugs and it will start to go wrong. So how do you keep it together like that? Do you have an agreement between yourselves or something?
I'll tell you one thing. When we started to put the band together, we not only was looking for good musicians, we was also looking for good people, which we thought, Klaus and me, this could be a good friend also. And that's an important point. Most people are going, oh, hey, this guy is great, let's play. Then they start to do an album, and then they have to go on tour, and then find out, hey,
they don't like him, yeah.
You know, so in this case, with us Scorpions, we found the right people, and we have also arguments. We have also sometimes fights, because when somebody has an idea and have to bring the idea through the band, we have to make 4 other guys like the idea, and sometimes maybe two don't like it.
Yeah.
And then we discuss this whole thing as so long that until everybody is happy. And that's the reason why sometimes decisions with Scorpions needs a little bit longer than with other bands, because with other bands there are 1 or 2 guys which takes priority. In Scorpions, democracy.
That's a good way of doing it. Otherwise, if you get 1 or 2 people telling everyone else what to do.
We have the same philosophy, I think.
Yeah, like David Coverdale, everyone leaves the band.
I tell you what, we have the same philosophy, I think, because we spoke with Brian May and also with Freddie. We're like Queen. Queen have the same kind of thinking about band philosophy, and I think that's a very important point.
Yeah, so everyone has a say in what goes on.
Yes, and I mean that's for a band the best way to have for a long time success.
Yeah, that's a very good idea. When you got your first big royalty check, what did you spend the money on?
That's a good question. Oh yes, a big stereo system and the big screen video television.
Oh right,
television, yes.
Oh, good stuff.
Yes, because I hated my equipment. When I got the first check, I tell you one thing, I was jumping in the air like hell. I said, hey, I can't believe. I was calling everybody, from my family, not everybody. I said to my mother, hey, can you believe this? I got this much money. I mean, that was fantastic. And I could get a new stereo system. My old one was so terrible that I couldn't even listen when we...
You couldn't hear your own music on it.
Yes, right.
Oh, good stuff. So what do you do with your money now? Do you invest it? And
in a moment, I was building a studio. I have my own studio.
Oh, great.
Where we did our pre-productions, where my brother, Michael, he is playing with MSG, did his Perfect Timing album, and it's a 24-track studio, and always when I have ideas, I can go downstairs in my basement and work on it.
Oh, that makes good sense, doesn't it?
I mean, look, I was thinking, why I spend my money, or I invest my money in things I don't know anything about,
Yeah.
Somebody come and say, hey, give me this and this much money, and I promise you, you get twice as much back.
Oh,
you know,
yeah.
then I can only thinking, okay, this guy, I get nothing back, you know.
Yeah.
And that's the reason I invest nothing. I build now another studio because I want to sell this one, a little bit bigger one.
Yeah.
I learned a little bit on my experience. And I drive a good car, and that's what I need. And I have lots of flying V's.
So what's your favourite car?
My favorite car in the moment is what I drive now is a 500 SEC convertible.
Yeah.
But now listen, what I'm looking for and what I want to buy as a second car is a Lotus Esprit Turbo.
Oh wow, yes, very
I like
fast.
this car. I like this car very much.
Very quick, very quick.
Yeah.
You won't be able to drive it fast on Britain's roads.
I tell you one thing, when we did our tours in America, in England,
Yeah.
we drove very, very fast. I can tell you one story. Our tour manager, Bob Adcock, he's an English guy. He drove one car, and Matthias Japs was driving another car. Both cars were silver. Both cars have exactly the same numbers, except one number higher.
Yeah.
You know? So we was driving from Birmingham to London. We drove around 210 kilometers first.
Cool.
A Range Rover, police.
Oh yeah.
Blue lights stopped us. Bob Adcock, he English, said nothing. The guy was jumping out. Bob Adcock, our tour manager, also, and he was the policeman was shouting to Bob, and hey, and old Bob was with his head there. Yes. So, and then we could drive without paying anything.
Oh right.
10 minutes later,
Oh no.
another silver car came, 220. Only we heard was what Matthias was driving, the other guitar player was driving the other car.
Yeah.
He only said it was a disaster. The guy was shouting. He was with his feet on his floor.
Oh no.
Yes, but he let them go, you know. But that was one of the funny stories about driving fast on English roads. You know?
You got away with it.
Yes. By any reason, because maybe he was looking and he said, yes, okay, sorry, and then, you know. But I tell you one thing, English policemen are one of the nicest policemen in the world.
They don't beat all that many people up really. They can be quite polite sometimes.
Yes.
They're, well, what's
Yes,
the...
they're very nice. Polite is nice, yeah?
Yeah, absolutely, yes.
Yes, I tell you one thing. The nicest policemen I found out, I traveled around the world and I was driving by myself in most places. The nicest policemen are the English ones.
Yes, yeah. That, I mean, it is something that's changing a little bit, but I think they are, having seen the American police in action. Whew,
Yeah. You have to be careful, you know.
Yeah, they've got no sense of humour, the American police.
No. I mean, I can believe. Why? Because when most people have guns in their house and it's allowed, you know, you never know what's happening.
You never know if a bloke's going to get out of the car and shoot you.
Yeah, that's right.
It doesn't, but that very, very rarely happens over here.
Yeah,
I mean,
that's a good thing.
Thank heavens. I mean, the Spanish and the Italian police are a little bit like that as well. They tend to shoot first and ask questions later. Oh, great. Look, it's been really nice talking to you, Rudy.
Good, Nick. Yeah,
Thank
look,
you.
when we're coming back to England, you're always welcome. All right, backstage, have a drink together.
Yeah, I'd love to talk again, and we'll do something more when you come back over here for some more shows. In the meantime, I look forward to seeing you at the Rock Awards.
Okay, good. Yeah, of course. Then we see us there.
Yeah.
All right.
We'll be there down the front.
Okay, good, Nick.
Good talk to you, Rudy.
Okay.
Thanks, mate.
Okay, bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.